My beloved child, don't turn away, stay with me right now. I need you to notice this moment. I am speaking to you today because this encounter was set in motion long before you ever reached it. Voices are everywhere, and hearts are restless, searching for something they can't quite name. But listen closely. This message is for you. Do not rush past it. If you walk away now, you may look back and realize you let something vital pass right through your hands. Not to alarm you or stir fear, but because something within you already recognizes that this moment is not ordinary. Stay with me. Do not drift. Give this your full attention now. What I am about to open before you has been held back for a long time, not because it was forbidden, but because hearts were still forming, still learning how to receive it. As it is written, "He who has ears to hear, let him hear." Receive these words as a call back to my love that steadies you, and to my truth that awakens you, and my truth that awakens you, and my truth that awakens you. I have been aware of you far longer than you think. I saw you in seasons when you stood firm, and I saw you in moments when carrying that strength became heavy. I noticed the questions you kept locked inside and the tears you brushed away before anyone could see. There were times you wondered if I had grown quiet, if I had stepped back, if your prayers had faded somewhere between heaven and earth. If these words are reaching your spirit, pause and receive them fully, because what I'm about to say will steady everything that has been shaking inside you. Hear me now. At no point did I stop seeing you. At no point did I leave your side. These words are meeting you for a reason, so stay with me and let your heart open wider than it has in a long time. You are here because your heart has grown deeper, ready to receive what I am about to unveil. For a long while, you sensed an emptiness you could not explain, as if something essential had been missing all along. It was never about wealth or relationships or achievement. It was something far deeper, stirring within you. You tried to give it a name, but language could not hold it. You felt it in quiet moments, the knowing that life was meant to be more than merely getting by, more than habits and cycles, more than the same days wearing new faces. That sensation was not failure or fragility. It was the sound of your inner being awakening, your spirit answering when I called you from within. I was drawing you nearer, even when you had no words for what was happening. I permitted some doors to shut, some plans to unravel, and some people to step away, not to wound you, but to soften the noise surrounding your heart. I needed the clamor to fade so you could truly hear me. And now hear this truth, kept for this very moment. You are not too late. You are not falling behind. You have never been forgotten. The world trained you to measure your life by pace, by comparison, by what could be seen and applauded. That belief buried a deeper truth within you. Hear this now. I was never holding you back. I was forming you. What felt like waiting was shaping your inner strength. What felt like loss was shelter. What felt like silence was guidance. Many run headlong into the very things they begged for and lose themselves there. I will not let that be your story. That is why your way has looked unfamiliar. Hearts are stirring everywhere now, and you can feel it. The world seems louder, quicker, more unsettled because truth is pressing hard against what is false. Light always unsettles darkness. You sense it in the tension around you, in the questions rising within you, in the knowing that things cannot continue as they have. That stirring is not fear, it is awakening. That stirring you feel is awareness taking root. Many will speak about change, yet only a few will grasp why it is happening. Change without truth fractures the soul, and truth without love hardens the heart. I am drawing you into both truth that grounds you and love that steadies you. You may look around and wonder why others seem to be moving ahead while you feel paused. Hear me clearly now. You were never being measured against anyone else. I was teaching you how to move with me. I was training your heart to recognize my voice instead of chasing approval. I was showing you that your value does not rise with achievement or fall with delay. This is the unveiling many overlook. They search for signs beyond themselves while missing the quiet work unfolding within. As it is written, As it is written, the kingdom of God is in your midst. I have been shaping something firm inside you. I have been shaping something firm inside you. I have been shaping something firm inside you, something that will remain standing when storms arrive, rooted deeper than circumstance, formed to endure. If you receive this revelation, peace will begin to move into the spaces where anxiety once ruled. You will stop asking, "What is wrong with me?" And you will begin to ask, "What are you revealing to me?" Fear will start to loosen, not because every problem disappears, but because you will no longer carry them as if you are alone. I will lead you, step by step, with a steady hand. Not all at once, because real growth is built through trust. I will reach the places you learned to conceal. I will soften what disappointment made hard. I will awaken joy where you thought it was gone. And I will bring clarity where confusion used to live. And hear me with honesty. Do not brush past this moment. Not because I will leave you, but because moments of clear sight shape your direction long before you feel the change. When truth comes to the door and you choose not to answer, the heart slowly grows heavy. Old patterns return, draining what little strength remains. I do not desire that for you. I desire freedom for you. I desire wholeness for you. I desire that you recognize my nearness in the ordinary flow of your days, not distant, not formal, but living and real. Stay with me here. Release the fear that whispers you are unprepared. Readiness has never meant flawlessness. Readiness is simply a willing heart. I am not asking you to grasp everything at once. I am asking you to trust me enough to take the next step that is placed before you. I will move beside you as you learn. I will steady you when doubt rises. I will remind you of who you truly are when the world tries to give you another name. You have not missed your moment. You are standing inside it now. I am here. I have always been here, and my work in you is not complete. Do not question why these words are reaching you now, or assume this timing is accidental. Let these words remind you that this moment was set in motion long before your eyes ever opened to this day. And I am drawing you into clarity, not confusion. I have been calling to you quietly over the years through moments you did not recognize as sacred, through seasons you thought were ordinary, even through those that were painful. Now is the time for you to hear clearly. The noise has softened, and your heart has grown deep enough for my voice to reach you in ways it could not before. That is why these words are meeting you now, not earlier and not later. You are standing at a crossing point, and I am meeting you here. I have been watching you from the very beginning. I saw every step you took and every decision you wrestled with. I saw every burden you carried in silence. There were days you felt unseen, overlooked, forgotten, yet I never turned away. My eyes were on you in moments of joy, and they were on you when you broke down alone. I guarded you in ways you will only fully understand with time. I guided you even when you believed you were wandering without direction. Many times you thought you were moving forward by your own strength or wisdom, but it was my hand, steadying you, turning you just enough to avoid danger, slowing you when haste would have caused harm. There were moments when something nearly touched your life in a way that would have wounded you deeply, and you never realized how close it came. I knew. I stood between you and what would have broken you before you were ready. Relationships that did not last, paths that closed without warning, plans that unraveled without explanation. Those were not losses. They were protection. I was guarding what I placed within you. I was preserving your heart, your calling, and your future. Even before you could name it, you were not imagining what you sensed. When you feel that something is shifting, you are not alone. Many sense it, but few understand it. The air feels charged with expectation. The world feels uneasy, restless, uncertain of its footing. People know the old ways no longer satisfy, and familiar answers no longer bring peace. They speak of change, awakening, new seasons, yet struggle to explain it. What they are feeling is truth stirring beneath the surface. It is my spirit stirring hearts to wake up and return to what is true. Not everyone is willing to listen past that surface feeling. You were. Even when you lacked words for it, you listened. You felt a quiet pull toward meaning, toward truth, toward something deeper than mere survival that was me. When settling for less left you uneasy, that was me. And when distractions lost their shine and noise lost its hold on you, that was me, gently drawing you away from what could never fulfill you. That is why you felt out of place at times, why certain conversations no longer nourished you. Your spirit was growing, and growth often feels like discomfort before it becomes strength. I chose you to hear this unveiling now, not because you are greater than others, but because you are ready. Readiness is not having it all together. It is a heart willing to be honest, a heart willing to listen, a heart weary of pretending. You reached the place where you stopped running from the deeper questions. You stopped numbing the ache within. You allowed yourself to feel, to wonder, to hope again, even when hope felt risky. That openness made room for my voice. There were moments you thought you were falling behind as others moved ahead. You compared your path to theirs and felt pressure, doubt, even shame. But you were never behind. You were being formed differently. I taught you endurance while others learned speed. I taught you discernment while others chased approval. I taught you how to stand alone with me so that, in time, you could stand firm among many. Preparation often looks like delay when the full picture is hidden. Nothing in your life has been wasted. I have called to you through whispers, interruptions, and moments that made you pause and reflect. At times I spoke through pain not because I caused it, but because pain strips away illusions. At times I spoke through stillness, because stillness makes space for truth. At times I spoke through longing, because longing reminds you that you were made for more than what you can see. Each time you listened, even briefly, your heart grew more sensitive to me. These words meet you now because you are standing at the edge of understanding. You are ready to see what was hidden, hidden not to deny you, but to protect you until you could carry it without fear. Truth changes people. It rearranges priorities and exposes false comforts. I waited until you were strong enough to release what no longer served you. I waited until you could hear truth without turning away. That waiting was love, not absence. I want you to know this deeply. You were chosen to hear these words, yet never pressured. Love does not force, it invites. I call, I remain, and now you are here listening, reading, sensing that this is not ordinary, that awareness is real. This moment matters. It is not about fear of missing something. It is about alignment. It is about your heart coming into harmony with truth that will guide your steps forward. You may not see everything clearly yet, and that is all right. Revelation unfolds. It does not rush. For now, hold this truth. I see you. I have always seen you. I have guarded you more than you realize, and guided you more than you remember. I am speaking to you now because what comes next in your journey requires awareness, trust, and courage, and you will not step into it alone. I walk with you as I always have. Stay present, stay open, let these words settle within you. This is only the beginning of what is being unveiled. What is coming must be received with your heart, not only your mind. The truth kept for years is not something the world could ever teach you. It is not information, not power, not success, not a method for control or recognition. It is a spiritual truth, simple in words, profound in meaning, that changes everything once it is truly seen. This is the secret. You are never being restrained. You are being guided inward while the world trained you to search outward for answers. I was drawing you within so you could learn to recognize my presence, my direction, and my voice inside you. The world is loud by design. Fear shouts. Distraction competes for every moment. Noise fills life so completely that silence feels uncomfortable. And this is how many miss what matters most. They flee from stillness because stillness reveals truth. They crowd every quiet space because quiet allows questions to rise, and questions require honesty. Fear tells them that stopping means falling behind. Distraction persuades them that peace can wait. Their eyes convince them that fullness comes from having more, doing more, becoming more in the sight of others. In that chaos, The secret remained unseen not because it was distant, but because it was near and gentle. I do not shout to rival noise. I do not force myself into hearts crowded with fear. I speak with clarity, not confusion, with peace, not pressure. That is why many passed by truth without noticing it. They searched for the dramatic, the impressive, what feeds ego or promises control. But my truth arrives quietly. It settles in those willing to slow down, to listen, to admit they do not have every answer. That is why this unveiling could not come sooner. Your life was being shaped so that when truth arrived, you would recognize it and not turn away. You walked through pain that left you confused, delays that drained you, seasons where nothing moved, no matter how hard you tried. You questioned yourself. You wondered if you were failing, lacking faith, being punished, or forgotten. Hear this clearly now. None of it was punishment. None of it was rejection. None of it was failure. It was preparation. I was forming endurance without bitterness, patience without despair, and a heart that stays soft in a world hardened by disappointment. Pain sharpened your sight and stripped away illusions you did not know you carried. It showed you what cannot satisfy or last, what cannot steady your soul. Delay taught you that timing outweighs speed. Confusion taught humility, the courage to ask instead of assume. Every season you endured shaped you to recognize truth without fear and to carry it without pride. This trust could not be given to someone who still needed noise to feel alive or approval to feel worthy. I know the heavy nights and the tired mornings, the moments you felt lost while trying to do what was right. In those moments, I was closer than you knew, teaching you to trust without clarity, to keep walking when the path was incomplete. Such trust is forged in uncertainty, strengthened in waiting, proven in perseverance. Suffering was not sent to harm you. It was allowed to position you. Positioning often happens quietly within, where motives are refined and desires reordered. You were being set to see beyond appearances, beyond shallow answers and empty promises. You were being aligned, not trained for constant progress, but for truth, purpose, and life with me. Many avoid suffering and avoid depth. They stay surface level and easily shaken. You passed through what you did because I knew you could grow through it. I knew you would not lose yourself, that even when you questioned, your heart would stay open. That openness prepared you to receive what others could not see. This is why the truth was hidden from many and is now revealed to you, simple, yet demanding courage. You do not need to become someone else to fulfill your calling. You need to return to who you were before fear taught you to hide. You do not need more noise or validation. You need clarity, honesty, and trust. I have been leading you away from false urgency and into the steady rhythm of truth. That shift felt like loss, yet it was gain. It felt like loneliness, yet it was closeness. It felt like delay, yet it was protection. Every closed door kept you from entering too soon. Every unanswered prayer spared you outcomes you were not ready to carry. Each moment of confusion taught you to lean on me rather than your own understanding. This is where many are confused. They assume faith means never questioning, never feeling lost, never struggling. But living faith grows through wrestling, through seeking, through staying when leaving would be easier. You stayed, even when you were weary, even when you were unsure. Something within you refused to quit. That something was my spirit at work in you. Now the truth is no longer concealed. It was never meant to stay hidden, only revealed at the right time to the right heart. That time is now. Your heart has been softened by experience, humbled by waiting, strengthened by survival. You can hear truth now without running from it. You can see meaning where confusion once stood. You can understand that your story was never about falling behind, but about being set apart. Let this settle deeply. Release the idea that suffering ruined you. It shaped you without breaking you. It positioned you without disqualifying you. You are not damaged, you are refined. You are not late, you are ready. What is opening before you now will lead you forward with a steadiness you have never known. And this is why everything feels unsettled. Why conversations carry urgency and searching because something true is being uncovered. The world feels restless because something beneath the surface is shifting. Many sense it without knowing how to explain it. Old systems no longer comfort, old promises no longer satisfy. What once distracted hearts is losing its grip, and as distraction fades, restlessness rises. This is not chaos without meaning. It is the quiet sound of hearts awakening to the truth that something deeper is missing. Comfort kept many asleep, and sleep kept them from seeing what truly matters. Now an awakening is unfolding, not loudly, not with spectacle, but gently and steadily. It moves through private moments, late-night thoughts, questions that refuse to disappear. People are realizing that success without peace is empty, connection without truth is shallow, motion without meaning is exhausting. A pull towards something real is growing. This awakening is soft, yet powerful. It does not shout, it whispers. It asks questions that demand honesty. It draws lines within the heart between what is real and what is false. At the same time, a separation is taking place, not visible groups, but divided hearts. Some turn inward with humility, willing to examine themselves and release old lies. Others harden, clinging to noise, anger, and control, because truth threatens what they built their identity on. This division is quiet, almost unseen, yet profound. It reveals who will grow and who will resist, who will hear truth and who will hear only echoes of fear. Truth rises when hearts are ready. It is not forced where it will be twisted, but revealed when hunger becomes greater than fear. That is why this moment feels different. Disappointment has emptied hearts, certainty has been shaken, illusions have cracked. In that emptiness, truth finds room. In that shaking, openness is born. People sense something important is happening, even if they cannot name it. Hear this with care. Many will hear of this awakening, but few will truly receive it. Noticing truth is not the same as welcoming it. Understanding requires surrender, releasing pride, control, and the need to be right. Some will feel curious and move on, unchanged. Others will feel unsettled and reject it because it asks too much. Only those willing to be transformed will understand. You were prepared to understand. Life has softened your heart and stripped away illusions. You have learned that certainty can collapse and that strength is not always loud. That is why talk of change and truth resonates instead of threatens you. You are not seeking escape, you are seeking alignment. Not excitement, clarity. The unrest you see everywhere is not the end, it is exposure. False foundations are being revealed. Fear rises when what people trusted fails, but fear is not the destination, it is the doorway. You are standing at that doorway now. You can grow bitter or grow aware. You can numb the discomfort or let it teach you. Not everyone will walk this path with you. Awakening can feel lonely because honesty is rare. But you are not alone. I am with you, guiding, steadying, helping you see, while others are still adjusting to the light. Truth may be quiet, but it is persistent. It will continue to surface until hearts open or close. What you are witnessing is not confusion without meaning. It is preparation. It is sorting. It is an invitation. And you were meant not only to see it, but to understand it. If you receive this revelation, a quiet yet powerful shift will begin within you. It will not arrive with noise or sudden signs. It will start inside, in the place where fear once spoke the loudest. Peace will enter you, not the fragile peace the world offers, but a steady peace that remains even while answers are still forming. This peace does not erase questions, it releases their control. You will feel held rather than rushed, guided rather than driven. The weight you carried without understanding why will begin to lift, because you will finally see that you were never meant to carry everything alone. Clarity will follow, not about every future detail, but about who you are and where you belong. Confusion will no longer have the final voice. You will start to recognize which thoughts rise from fear and which are rooted in truth. You will sense when something pulls you away from who you were created to be, and you will have the strength to step back. Life will not become effortless, but your steps will become steadier. You will listen instead of panic. Courage will rise where hesitation once lived, not loud or reckless, but quiet and faithful. You will move forward even when certainty is incomplete. You will no longer wait for fear to disappear before acting. You will understand that courage is choosing trust while fear still whispers. This courage will help you speak when silence once felt safer. Release what only brings pain, and take steps you once delayed because you felt unready. You were never meant to feel fully ready, only willing. Guidance will meet you not as distant instruction, but as daily presence. You will begin to notice that guidance in simple ways. Peace about one choice, unrest about another, timely words, sudden understanding at the right moment. You will learn that silence was never absence, and that guidance often comes gently, so trust grows deeper than control. Healing will reach places you forgot were wounded. Shame from mistakes already confessed will lose its grip. Guilt that demanded endless payment will loosen. Healing will not erase memory, but it will remove its power. You will remember without reliving, and look back without being pulled backward. You will stand rooted in the present instead of trapped in regret. Restoration will come deeper than replacement, not only returning what was lost, but restoring what was damaged. Confidence will rise where rejection weakened you. Trust will return where betrayal taught you to guard too tightly. Hope will grow where disappointment taught you to expect less. Some things will return in new form. Others will not return because they were never meant to stay. Restoration is not about returning to the past. It is about becoming whole enough to walk into the future unchained. Fear has been familiar, but it was never faithful. It taught you to shrink, delay, and doubt what was placed within you. Let it go not by fighting it, but by choosing trust again and again. Each time you choose truth, fear loses its hold. You do not need to be fearless, only willing to move forward with me beside you. Release guilt. It has already taught you what it could. You are not defined by your worst moment or by seasons when you did not know better. I see your growth. I see your turning. I see your desire to change. You do not need to punish yourself to prove sincerity. Obedience now matters more than regret. Walk forward lighter. Do not carry yesterday into tomorrow. You are more than what you survived, more than what you endured, more than how you learned to cope. Those were seasons, not names. Your true identity runs deeper. You are loved. You are guided. You are called. You are capable of growth beyond what you imagined. When you cling to old identities, even painful ones, you limit what can unfold through you. Release them. You are not losing yourself. You are discovering yourself. Obedience will lead you into a new season, not blind submission, but trust expressed through action. Choosing truth when comfort tempts you to stay the same. Choosing honesty when hiding feels easier. Choosing growth when familiarity feels safe. This new season will not be perfect, but it will be aligned. You will move with purpose instead of drifting. You will feel grounded even when challenges come, because you will know why you are walking this path. Opportunities will require courage, relationships will require honesty, and choices will require discernment. You will not face them alone. I will be with you in every conversation, every decision, every turning point. When you stumble, I will steady you. When you doubt, I will remind you. When you grow tired, I will strengthen you. Difficulty will not disappear, but it will produce growth instead of despair. Receiving this revelation does not silence life forever. It means noise no longer rules you. Storms no longer define you. Your foundation will rest deeper than circumstance. You will still feel, still struggle at times, still face uncertainty, but you will face it anchored, not drifting. This is the transformation being offered to you, not escape from life, but fullness within it. Stay open. Transformation unfolds through daily trust, small choices, and continued listening. I am patient with you. I am committed to you, and I am leading you into something new. something truer, something that reflects who you were always meant to be. Do not rush past this moment. These words carry care and clarity. Moments of insight are gifts. When ignored, they do not vanish loudly. They fade quietly. Don't let this fade. Stay open and let these words settle deep, because the next part is where everything begins to shift.